Usual sort of state play with injuries first.
Yeah, as the same really. Nothing kind of more or new to report. Kieran Brennan has joined in kind of training today. All of training he had to do parts of the training session, so come through with no problems. So yeah, so nothing more to report.
Is he in a position where he's able to head a ball yet?
No, we wouldn't kind of test that yet. I think he's going to be a doubt for obviously the weekend, based on the fact that he needs probably a full week of training before he'd be into consideration.
Okay, this game, let's take positive spin first. If you win it, you can go 4 unbeaten. You can show signs of sort of improvement and momentum.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah, no, I think we have pretty much in every game. I think we've improved in every game, and we've played some difficult opponents. In my opinion, you know, Salford obviously was a difficult game. They're a good side. They're going to be up and around it. And like I've made it clear in previous interviews, that we played for large periods of time with 10 men, which makes it obviously harder. And I think we did well in that game. And Carlisle's always a difficult place to go and travel to, because it's obviously with the distance it is, and it's always a difficult place to go. It was in sweltering heat as well. I know it's for both teams, but I felt that we improved again on that performance. And then of course Tuesday night against Leyton Orient, who are a very good side, again will be up and around it in my opinion. And I felt that there was signs of improvement again. So yeah, I think that there's kind of a pattern moving forward. This game's not going to be easy at the weekend. It's going to be a very difficult fixture. Don't know why they have not picked any points up, because they're a good side. Watching them, they're a really good side.
I suppose the other side is people will still look at their position in the table this early and say if you can't win, it does get a little bit sort of where the win's going to come from.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. But there's also a lot of games to go. We've got a lot of work to do on the training ground, which we are doing. But no, we're hopeful that we can get the win on Saturday. You know, I'll be picking a side to try and do that, and you know, we're looking forward to the game.
Sort of given all that, does it feel a little bit like a game that can sort of tip perceptions of the team from the fans? You know, like I say, if you do start to build up an unbeaten run, or if you don't beat the team at the bottom.
Yeah. I think we just concentrate really on what we feel that we can do, you know, and that's it. We're gonna, like I say, we're gonna pick a team that we feel is going to win the game, and we just concentrate on that. Like I say, there's a long way to go. We're very early in the season. Yeah, we've not collected 3 points from one game yet, but you know, like I say, it's a work in progress. We've improved on each game, and we've come across some difficult opponents up to now, and Saturday's no different. You know, I know that they've not had a great start, but they're difficult opponents. There's no easy game at this level.
What sort of things do you see in them that perhaps suggest to you that they are better than the early form?
Well, they're very good actually with the ball. You know, they're quite expansive actually. They've got some really good individual players, and they've got players who can hurt you. As of yet, I couldn't tell you why it hasn't worked for them, but I'm sure that Robbie will get them off and running eventually. You know, hopefully not on Saturday.
You sort of talked about the performances getting better. Where do you think they stand in terms of a sort of level that could help you hit the top 7?
We're not kind of near that in my opinion yet, but we will be. You know, because I know kind of the work ethic that we've got within the group. I think that we're not kind of where we want to be, but like I say, with it, there's been an improvement game on game, which can only be a positive. But we're not kind of near where we want to be, and hopefully with the hard work we'll be there soon.
So what are the main areas you'd like to improve on, and what are the things you feel you have improved on, the sort of strengths you've built on? Well,
I think that we've improved in terms defensively. I think we've improved. I think we looked, certainly on Tuesday, we looked like we defended higher up the pitch and condensed spaces for the opposition. Even though they had a lot of the ball, I think that we squeezed the pitch quite well. So I think that's an area we've improved on for sure. I think we need to be calmer with possession at times. I think we get anxious. I do understand it as well, because obviously we don't want to concede. We don't want to give up a point, or we're playing against a good side and we're drawing the game 1-0 with 20 minutes to go and we get anxious. We don't want to kind of risk passes where we may turn the ball over and concede from a sloppy pass, so we get anxious because of we've not found that result yet. And I understand why players can get like that, but we do need to have that element of control, more so in my opinion. So I think that's an area that we definitely need to improve on.
Is it sort of a bit chicken egg? Is the only thing that really sort of ends the anxiety getting a win?
Exactly right. No, I've said that. I think a win will settle everybody down a little bit. I think it will settle the fans down. I think it'll settle the players down. I think that level of anxiety can spill onto the pitch, and there's moments where we played some good possession football, and you could feel the anxiety from the crowd sort of thing, at times, and we need to get that win to settle that down a little bit for sure.
Having had a few sort of games in charge now and kind of got into the rhythm of the job, is it roughly what you expected, or are there things that have surprised you?
No, it's not. Nothing surprised me. No, I always knew it was a really hard job in terms of the work that you've got to put in and the hours that we work and everything that you've got to deal with. I've always known that because I've been in the professional game pretty much for a long time. So I knew it was. I know how hard this job is. So no, there's no surprises.
Is there anything you've discovered a bit about yourself as being the man where the buck stops this time?
That's a good question. No, I don't know really. I just kind of get on with it. I just work every day, and there's no days off. Even when I go home back to my family home, I'm working, looking at the next opposition or watching us back. So no, that's probably the only difference really, is the time. I don't have any time really. I'm kind of constantly working, but I kind of like that, because you feel that you've done everything in your power in order for you to get the right result on a Saturday or a Tuesday. And
have the sort of performances and the way you played and the way your individual forwards played clarified, sort of thinking perhaps on the type of striker you need, because you've been after one for a long time?
Yeah, not really. I think that we will always create goal scoring opportunities. I think that we need somebody who's going to add to what we've got. We've got different kind of forwards at the top of the pitch. You've got Jacob Wakelin who never stops running. He's got great energy and he'll never stop running. He'll never stop pressing. He'll always create goal scoring opportunities because of his want, will and determination and desire. So he's got that, but he's also got kind of a good finish on him as well, as you saw at Carlisle. He can certainly tuck the ball away, and he'll create goal scoring opportunities just out of nothing. McCurdy we know about anyway. He will create, he will make things happen, he will make people sit on the edge of their seat and kind of get us excited, and we kind of need something a little bit different. Tommy brings a little bit of difference as well. He gives us that little bit more of a physical point at the top of the pitch. And I think we just need something different from kind of them three.
And does it feel it might have to be one of those ones that sort of gets done late on deadline day, when all the sort of the pieces have kind of fallen into place elsewhere, with Premier League players deciding who they'll send out on loan and so on? Well,
quite possibly, but we certainly. I'm literally just before I've come in here today, I'm looking at players constantly. We're talking all the time. There's meetings going on all the time, and we're looking at players constantly, and it's an ongoing process, and we've got to make sure we feel we get the right one in.
But unlikely for Saturday.
Unlikely for Saturday, yeah.
Well, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.